Hi, welcome to the Agents for Change panel session. This afternoon we're discussing doing good whilst getting good. I'm Alex O'Connor. I'm a Scrum Master, and what we're really going to be addressing is the volunteer experience here at the Scottish Tech Army. And with me, I've got Somnath Dhadage, Magda Widera, and Jamie Glendinning. What we can do is go through this subject. All of us are volunteers, and just address our volunteer individual experience and why we got involved. But I'll start off with introductions. Magda, would you like to say a bit about yourself?
Absolutely. So, hello everyone. My name is Magda Widera, and up until last year, I was just working in administration. I'm a career changer, and also like Alex, I'm a Scrum Master. I joined STA to get more experience without having any experience in the industry. This gave me a chance to kind of do more and learn more hands-on.
Great, thanks, Magda. Somnath.
Yeah. Hi everyone, this is Somnath here. So I work here like an AST, right? I do have 12 years of experience, and in my 12 years of experience, right, I work in banking and financial sector, wherein I got exposure to test automation for 10 years and around 2 years in DevOps technology. And I joined 1 year back to STA, and in STA, right, I'm getting exposure on DevOps technologies and working with the platform team to work on multiple projects to spin up multiple environments. So here in right, I'm just looking for great exposure to the technical skill which I'm getting here. That's me.
Great, thanks. Thanks, Somnath. Jamie, tell us about yourself.
Hi everyone. So I'm Jamie. I've been working in IT for all of this century and some of last. When the pandemic hit, I was made redundant. So when I had lots of time on my hand, I redecorated the house and then looked for something else to do and discovered the Tech Army. So I got involved there probably 18 months ago, maybe slightly more. And during that time, I started transitioning from kind of legacy technology to AWS, Amazon Web Services. And I've kind of thrown myself at that. And some of that has stuck with the STA.
Great, thanks, Jamie. I actually looked up your, in fact, looked at all of your LinkedIn sites. I saw you've got a heap of expertise on AWS listed, that which you presumably have acquired, partially through the Scottish Tech Army. I'll go through myself. I'm Alex O'Connor. Like Jamie, I've been in tech for, well, actually more than a quarter of a century. I started back in the 90s as a coder, back in the days of COBOL. And then shifted across into more object-oriented programming. Was involved in a startup that developed a new technique for walk-around, sort of augmented reality, and we sold the idea and the individual products to a number of companies, and I transitioned into project development and project delivery, and was doing that mostly in XP, extreme programming, and then I shifted fairly recently across into doing the Scrum version of it, which has now become predominant. So I feel I'm a bit of a refugee from XP. I suppose what I'll do is shift across into from that into why we volunteered, and while I'm doing my introduction, I might as well sort of get into what my sort of history of and why I'm here at the Scottish Tech Army is. Although I've been in most of my life in IT, a few years ago I was in a completely different project, which was a physical product, water sports product, and while we were going through the actual production, physical production manufacturing stage of that, I went in for a routine checkup and was diagnosed with leukemia, and then we went straight into COVID, and that meant it was really difficult for me to work the way I had been before. And the Scottish Tech Army was brilliant for me because it was a sort of a way to get back, or to find out if I wanted to get back into technology, and working in an environment which was challenging, but gave me the ability to choose what I wanted to do within the organization. So I had experience in project delivery, so I got the necessary certification for a Scrum Master, and then started working as a Scrum Master, which is actually very like what I used to do in XP. And I enjoyed that a lot, getting involved, seeing if that's what I really wanted to do, and working with other volunteers. And I think the other thing which I enjoyed in my initial phases of being there is the ability to experiment a bit. Often when I was delivering projects to large commercial clients, and we do that now, but I could be a little bit more adventurous with what we did with the teams in the Scottish Tech Army. And I enjoyed the ability to do that, to actually bringing clients into the team, which is not something I'd previously done, which is certainly part of Agile, but it's quite an extreme leap. And I hadn't previously done that. Scottish Tech Army was great. You're working with highly motivated individuals. Everybody is friendly and helpful. And a lot of people say that, working in external organizations, people work in silos. And that certainly happens. What I really like with the Scottish Tech Army and the teams I've been in is that everybody takes a commitment to the project we're doing, and they're not just watching out for own individual responsibility or what could come back and bite them, but taking a commitment to the overall project. And I've enjoyed that and being part of that environment and that feeling of doing something which is for the greater good. And certainly during COVID, I think that's been something which it's been great to be involved in. And that's been my experience of joining up. And I suppose why I enjoy it. Magda, I know I've worked with you in a couple of projects, and I know you've been actually with a fellow Scrum Master, and you and I started up the Scrum Master community within the Scottish Tech Army. But I know you've actually worked on probably more projects than I have. So why did you originally get involved in the STA?
I got involved because I just got the Scrum Master certification. So when the pandemic hit, I realized that there must be more to life than what I was doing all my life. And it would be good to challenge myself a bit more. And because my background is mostly administration, I was looking for a kind of way into something else, but still using the experience that I had. And becoming a Scrum Master seemed like a natural direction for me to take. But I had zero experience in the industry. I've learned everything on the course, but I've never actually done anything like it. And I was looking for an opportunity to work with developers to use Agile in a day-to-day basis. And this is how I came across. I mean, I was asking friends, I was asking people, kind of trying some kind of networking to see if there is anyone who could help out with getting my foot in the door, pretty much. And this is how I heard about the STA. I joined, but as soon as I joined, I kind of took a step back, probably a little bit terrified. Oh my God, what's happening? But I met with someone who just basically said, okay, there is a project and we need a Scrum Master, so you're doing it. And there was no choice. I was doing it, and it kind of felt really good being thrown kind of in a deep end, but at the same time with so much support and feedback and help all along. And that was really good. That was great. And the fact that seeing how the client was very happy with what we're delivering and invested in the whole process of what we're doing. And the team of people, like you said, Alex, were just fantastic people who are dedicated, who are there to learn, but also to give their best and experiment and just push themselves. We often work with graduates or still students. So these are people who also don't have a lot of experience. So there is maybe a little bit more taste for the unknown and the experiment. So that was really good. And it also allowed me to try new things, the things that I read about, but never had the chance to actually try out in real life. And that was really good. So that was my first project, which was a delivery system for the female hygiene product for PCAFs in Perth and Kinross, and that was great. It was successful. The client's happy, so that was a huge success for me. And after that, I joined the team of the internal project of the STA called the Volunteering App. So we are just about to have our MVP, hopefully within the next 2 weeks, and if that's going to happen, that's going to be another milestone, something that feels really, really good, and with a kind of bright outlook for the future. And that experience with STA definitely made me realize that the step that I took was the right one, and that I'm doing what I love. And if anything, it kind of keeps the passion for Agile and the passion for what I'm doing right now as a Scrum Master is still burning, to the point that now I'm feeling confident to be applying for jobs. And happily, I mean, luckily, I have managed to secure a job now as a Scrum Master, which a year ago would never think would be possible without that experience with STA.
No, congratulations. Thanks, Magda. Somnath, would you like to tell us a bit about your experience or why you joined the STA?
Yeah, like, so for me, right, how I got to know STA is like my wife, Bhagyashree, working previously, working with STA. She joined 1 year before me. And I got to know from her, right, it was, as Jamie and Magda mentioned, that it was a pandemic time and everyone was looking for groom their self, improve their technical skills. So at the same time, we went into the new way of working, right? It's a work from home. So you were getting time to groom yourself in the newer technology, right? So I was initially working with test automation, but then I thought like we should learn on the cloud, kind of cloud related technology, cloud platform, groom yourself, learn AWS, learn new technologies, and be ready with the market. So then in discussion, right, I was got to know from her how she got started in STA and how she was getting help from each and every member from the STA, right? So she told me like, why you won't give a try, like to come in STA and try the things which you are doing. You will get a platform where you will grow and you will learn many technologies, many things, like, because here are multiple people and everyone are like experts from their areas, right? And they are very helpful and sharing knowledge with everyone, right? And it's a very great platform. So then I started one course outside to learn the DevOps technology. But at there, right, I was getting classroom training. There is no things where I can do hands-on and can get that experience or that confidence which you will get when you will deal with real-time problem statements, right? So at that time, she introduced me to the Mark, who was at that time product was handling product team. So then I enrolled here. I got help, a really great help from Kirsty, Jonah, Alistair to get started. And once I landed to the team, right, they asked me to join the platform team. Where Jamie, right? I still remember Jamie, our first call where you were telling me the AWS things, Terraform, the one, and I was new to the Terraform, right? But the sessions which you conducted, Kazim conducted, right? That really helped me. And now I can surely say to everyone, anyone who wants to groom themselves, if you want to take things like they want to explore themselves and want to get real-time problem statements, they should join STA and work on the project, because that's a live projects and real-time problem statements you will get to solve upon.
Yeah, that's a good point, that that the STA gives you real live commercial projects to work on. So you feel it's not just a classroom type thing. You actually get real proper commercial projects to get involved in. That's great. Thanks, Somnath. Jamie, do you want to tell us why you originally volunteered?
Yeah, well, as I was saying earlier, I was made redundant and was on furlough as well. So I decorated my house and then decorated the outside of the house and had I like to be busy. And I think the STA saw that and started giving me various little challenges to do. I think I edited a couple of videos on for the first 3-month anniversary or 4-month anniversary, that kind of thing, and then got involved in a project that is still ongoing, that I think the platforms team now supports. And it was great stuff. I'd just done some exam study for one of the AWS exams. So it was really good to get the hands-on experience that everyone was talking about just there, and then supported a couple of other projects just looking at AWS technologies. After a while, I did back away slightly, just because I was working full time by that point. So I'd got myself a job, and then came back on board to kind of probably the start of what's now the platforms team. We pulled together a platform based on some Terraform code, built it up, and then got Somnath and various other people involved to kind of try to understand what had came out of my head. And yeah, getting everything involved. And it was all good stuff. I then have stepped away slightly further from things just because I'm now working in my second post-pandemic job, which is as a DevOps engineer for one of the big four consultancy companies, and it's super busy.
Yeah.
So I'm doing what I was doing in my spare time all the time.
Well done, you. Well, I suppose that in some ways it gets us straight on to the next subject is what we've got out of being with the STA, which just kind of blends into why we originally volunteered to be part of the organization. I suppose I'll start off on that one. And I think all of us, volunteered for disparate reasons. But to get an opportunity, and I've found that the opportunity has been great with the STA, but not just the work we're doing, but also actually primarily the people that you work with, and the teams you're in. And Magda, I've worked with you a couple of times. Somnath and Jamie, actually, it's the first time I've met you. You're more on the sort of DevOps side of things, and Jamie, you're less involved now than before. But all the teams I've worked with been really committed to the projects and to getting a result collectively. And my experience in project delivery is this. I was going to say it's not always, but it's very rarely the case. You get teams that do that, and I felt kind of get a sort of resonance and enjoyment out of being part of that kind of attitude, and that kind of possibility that you can join up, volunteer, and be part of something that's doing yourself good, and giving you experience, and making sure this is what you want to do, but also contributing to other people. So we're a team coming up with a new product and delivering to an external entity, a commercial entity in the projects that I've done, and being part of that opportunity, not just for myself, but the other people who are in the team. And I think the other people in the team seem to feel the same way about this sort of collective opportunity, which has just been my experience. Now, Magda, I know I've worked on a couple of teams with you, and so you'll I think have experienced the same thing. What has been your experience and what you've got from the STA?
Well, I definitely second what you're saying, that it is an amazing opportunity. And like I said before, and what Somnath mentioned as well, it is kind of live projects. It is doing something that actually is going to be the end product at the end. Someone's going to get it and is going to be using it on a daily basis. And this is an amazing chance for us to actually try out our skills and hone them into something that is going to be even better. What it also gave me is the kind of support of my peers. So as a Scrum Master and coming from where I'm coming, I didn't have that. Like I've never met another Scrum Master until I met Alex, pretty much. So it's great to have someone there who will help you, who will support you and answer your questions when you're not sure what to do. And especially, if I'm now, I'm going to be starting a new job soon. And yes, there will be other Scrum Masters, but it's nice to have this first person who I know that is going to be there always for me, and will always have my back and will always try to help me to succeed. And well, Alex worked together starting this community of practice, which is still just the beginning, but you can already see that it's going to be working, and that is an amazing thing to know, that there are those people who I can count on, who, for someone who is in such a early stages of this career, will definitely need a lot of support and kind of helping hand and some calming words, some mentoring. So that's definitely the thing that I very much appreciate. And the chance to be able to then use this experience, go to the job interview and say, well, this is what I've done. This is the kind of issues I faced. And without SDA, none of that would happen. I mean, how many companies are now employing career changers, a middle-aged woman who has never even came near technology? That's impossible. That's just not going to happen. So SDA gives you the chance to be this person who gets the experience, who can go to the job interview and talk about this experience in like real terms and have the examples that they're asking for. So that's what I got. That's what kind of SDA gave me.
Somnath and Jamie, I know you guys have been working together. It kind of feels like a sort of Scrum Masters and DevOps with the two pairs here. So Somnath, what have you felt you've got out of being part of the SDA?
Yeah, so as I told initially also, right, I came here to learn the DevOps skill sets. So when I get into the STA, right, at the very next week, I got involved with the project Ilios, okay, where Jamie was working as a platform engineer. So when I joined, right, I was new to this area. Terraform was like the first time I heard from the Jamie, okay, so and even multiple AWS services. But when I joined yesterday, right, when I started with Terraform, I never feel like I'm new to the technology. And that's only because whatever sessions or whatever help we got from the STA members, right, STA mentors, I will say, that's amazing. As Magda also said, right, at the start, you don't know from where to start, what to do, right? So here, everyone will help you out what exactly is needed to achieve that goal and how you should progress to get into that target, right, to achieve that goal. So when I came here, I was new to the Terraform, but today, right, I'm Terraform certified. Why? It's just because what I got from the STA, right? And AWS services, right? As I told, I was joined session, the classroom trainings where I was not having exposure to the practical hands-on, right? But here in STA, right, I got involved with the real-time problem statements, and there I got problems to solve where I explore I went a step ahead and learn multiple things and again come up with the queries. And to solve your queries, right, there are experts from the industries. Like we know some CTOs like David Carvan is there, who is really amazing, great experience, who is helping for each and every problem statements. Even we do have Nishant also, who is like AWS architect in the AWS organization, right? So here everyone is there to help you out. It's just you need to come here, work, get problem statements, and you just need to keep an attitude like learn and give it to the everyone else, right? So that's really amazing. I really got a tremendous exposure on the problem statements, and that's only because of STA.
Yeah, good. Sounds like a good experience, Somnath. Well done, you, Jamie. I know you've worked with the Somnath quite a bit, and on a number of projects. What has been your experience overall?
It's been really good. I've worked from home since 2009. So although I've lived in Scotland since 2009, I'm from here originally, of course, but I worked based out of a small company in Oxfordshire for 16, 17 years. So didn't really know anyone in the tech community in Scotland itself. We had customers up here and that kind of stuff. But it was really, really good just to meet over Zoom, of course, lots and lots and lots of Zoom meetings with people in the tech infrastructure world and project managers just in Scotland. And that was fantastic, just to learn what the communities are like up here and just kind of getting involved. And then as things progressed, it was putting in, as Somnath said, just getting started on the AWS services. You can learn a lot about AWS by reading and making up your own labs and doing all that kind of stuff, but actually having the focus of a project be it understanding CloudFormation templates or deploying an EC2 instance in a Terraform environment, and then expanding that so that it's behind a load balancer and just building the environments up. It was really, really great experience. And yeah, has helped me a lot.
Yeah, it's been. I think all four of us had a great experience being here, being part of these teams, and being able to feel we're making an input in the organization. The Zoom relationship, as it were, is different, but I think it works really well. My very first time I was in STA, I was asked to come along to introduce myself during a Zoom pizza party, where I don't know if you were there, Magda, or indeed Somnath, Jamie, because there were quite a lot of people. How does that work? And they had a pizza party where STA had arranged pizzas to be delivered to everybody individually. And then you took your pizza and then played sort of quiz games online. And it was really fun. And I think when I sort of fairly early on in what I was doing, it was before my first project, kind of felt that this is such a good attitude, is yes, things are different. Yes, things are a bit difficult, but let's just find a way past that, which is kind of fun, and work together as a team. It was a really good start for my first project, where I was sort of introducing myself to the people, everybody who was available to join the teams. And I really enjoyed that, and the attitude that sort of comes with it. I suppose we should probably wind up on just a discussion is would we recommend volunteering for the STA to anybody else? I obviously would. I've enjoyed it a lot. I think you get a lot out of it. And I think people joining would be part of an organization where everybody is helpful. If anyone was asking me, I would say yes, volunteer. It's a great experience. I think you'll enjoy it. And I'm probably the most recent volunteer of us four here. And I would say if any of you other three come to me in the end of last year and told me about STA, I would have gone for it. And I'd be thanking you now for telling me to do so. Magda, what would you say if somebody asked you if they should volunteer?
Absolutely. I would ask them why haven't they joined earlier. Just like you, I just think it is a great opportunity to learn, and you learn by asking questions. And because you are working with people who are so willing to help, it's a pleasant experience. The clients you're working with are just grateful for the help that they are receiving, which otherwise they would struggle to get. So that's also like a nice dimension to what we're doing. And I think it builds up your confidence in whatever is the skill that you're trying to learn or master. And you are working with great people, for great people, and it doesn't take a lot of time, and you just feel like a better person.
Somnath, what would be your advice to anybody thinking about volunteering?
Yeah, definitely, Alex. Will recommend to everyone who, as I said, right, who want to groom themselves and want to take new exposure to new technologies, right? They should join the STA, and will definitely recommend to everyone who is interested and who have that attitude. One thing here, right, as I said, in STA, it's like an open university, right? You have multiple things to do, right? And multiple problem statement challenges that are related to the real-time problem statements, right? So I would recommend everyone who wants to get an exposure, right? They should come here. They should explore themselves. They have mentors over here. They have tremendous knowledge. And again, a repository. So we do have recorded videos that will give you the provision to learn the technologies or the jobs done by everyone else. Even in STA, right, we do have the documentations to get started. So anyone, right, who thinks like they are new and should I go or not, they should definitely come here, learn it, and soon, right, I'm surely they will feel like they are like experts in that particular technology after a few years if they have the learning attitude. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad it's been a good experience for you. Jamie, what would you say if anybody asked if they should volunteer for the STA?
Yep. Go for it. I've pointed lots and lots of people in the direction of the STA I'm not 100% sure how many have actually signed up and joined projects. I think you've got to sign up, and then you've just got to get yourself in the mix. There was a fair few people who'd signed up and they're just waiting for things to happen. But I think with the STA, you've got to get involved and learn stuff. It'll be something new.
Great, thanks, guys. We'll probably just start winding up. And it was great. Thanks for the discussion. It's good to see you all here, and indeed to meet you, Somnath and Jamie, and to catch up with you, Magda. Everybody listening in, thanks for doing so, and for listening to us talking about our time at STA. All four of us have come from different directions. I think we've all had a really good experience. I hope if you're thinking about volunteering that you will consider doing so, and that I very much hope that we'll see you here soon. We'll look forward to doing so. Thanks. Bye.